When something is for you, it flows effortlessly. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I am Susie and I am packing for my face-to-face interview to become a flight attendant with a major regional airline. I am so excited. So I want to tell y'all my story, my journey while I am packing. I already started packing, but I'm just trying to get everything together. I have a set that I normally use. It's an iFly. You get it from Walmart. Very nice. And the carry-on though, whenever I have tried to take it as a carry-on, they always make me check it. So I actually bought a carry-on piece this time, a set, excuse me. So this is the bag where I can put my laptop and my iPad that I'm recording on. And then I put like my lotion and hand sanitizer and my honey ginger chews. These are so good. And gum and nail file and some lip balm. Excuse the attire, okay? I am about to retwist my dreadlocks, and because the young lady that I was gonna get my hair done by, she had to reschedule. So that's okay. We know how to do it. I just didn't want to do it. So, a little bit about my story. In 2022, October 31st, my beautiful, precious daughter, Aliyah Marie, was killed.
Drop it. I just want a little bit of peace.
She was hit by a car crossing the road for trick-or-treating. I was devastated. Really didn't know if I was gonna make it through. And after her death, I said, you know what? I wanna be a flight attendant. It's kind of been something that's been in the back of my mind. I would like to think that I had this dream at the age of 19, but then I met the man who fathered my two children, and I became a mother, and then I became a wife. And after that was over, I was just really focused on taking care of my minor child and my writing and just really, living that life and giving Aliyah those experiences. And we did a lot of traveling. We did a lot of things in her short 14 years, I'm so very proud of her and what she accomplished in her 14 years. And I'll share a little bit more about that in the next video. But I want to share this with you guys. So I found myself in a homeless shelter last year, and I spent about 4 months in the homeless shelter. And while I was in that homeless shelter, they actually took care of me. I didn't want for anything. They provided me with bus tickets. They paid for, me to get my ID. Like, they paid for so many things. Interview clothes, shoes. They gave me money when I didn't have food stamps. And then, once I got my food stamps, I was able to buy my own food. They provided us with laundry detergent and everything, like everything you could possibly need. I had my own room. I had to share a bathroom. And of course we had to, we had chores. We had to clean up, the common areas, of course, keep our room clean. But I had my own room, with a lock on it and everything. I was able to just chill in the room. So, and it was like 8 minutes from the beach in North Beach. I was in Corpus Christi, Texas, because water helps me to heal. And so after Aliyah died, I knew I didn't want to be in North Carolina anymore. So I spent about a month in South Carolina on the beach. Didn't want to be there. That was like a little bit too close to comfort to North Carolina. And so I said, you know what? I've never been to Texas before, and I know that they're by the water, right? But they're by the coast. So I looked up to see what cities were close to the coast, and Corpus Christi came up, and so I went there. And so while I was there, I got a job at Whataburger, started working at Whataburger. I did the overnight shift, but I knew I didn't want to be there. I knew I didn't. And I want to say that while I was staying in the Airbnb, I applied for Delta and JetBlue, I think it was. Never heard anything back from JetBlue, and Delta said no. So, I kept working. And then in April of 2023, I applied for American. American invited me to a virtual interview. It was like a group virtual interview. And that was on May 17th. And they liked what they saw. So they invited me out to Dallas, to their headquarters. And that was in June. Now, mind you, I was staying in a homeless shelter, but that's not an excuse, because now that I'm thinking back on it, I just was like so excited that oh my goodness, this is actually happening. I'm going to go and interview with American. I was just so excited. And I was like, oh, because it was like business casual, right? So I went and got this. I saw this dress at Walmart that I was like in love with, and I was like, I'm gonna get that dress. I got that dress, and then I went and got some sandals. What was I thinking? Like, I looked cute, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't dress for the part that I wanted. I didn't dress for the career that I wanted. I also wasn't prepared. Like I didn't think about like the interview questions or look at people here on YouTube. I didn't even think to look on flight attendant on YouTube. None of that. Like I don't know where my mind was. I don't. But anyway, I went, interviewed, I didn't feel confident, and I did not get the position. But looking back on it today, I know that was not the position for me at that time, because staying in a homeless shelter, if you were going to be away overnight, you had to get approval. And I had asked for approval. I did not get approved. So, and I wasn't going to miss the interview. So I just had to spend what I had in savings, because I was saving my money because I was living in a homeless shelter, right? So all I did was save my checks. I would spend a little here, a little there, but I had a savings. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go to Dallas. And from Dallas, I'm going to go to Orlando and celebrate Aliyah's 15th birthday at her favorite water park, Volcano Bay. And then I'm going to truck it on back to Cleveland, Ohio. And I'm thankful for that opportunity, because it actually got me the flight out of Corpus Christi. So all I had to do was pay for the flight to Orlando, and then pay for my flight back to Cleveland, Ohio. So, but to say all that, I wouldn't have had a place to stay. I wouldn't have had a job, right? Because I was not going to be living in a homeless shelter. Where was I going to be able to stay and still work at Whataburger? And then American wasn't going to pay for my training. So I would not have even been focused. I would have been stressed out being at that training, because I would not have had everything, that I needed. I wouldn't even had money for food, because training, I don't think, started until August. So, and this is June. This is all happening in June. So did not get that position. So I was like, okay, while I was in Orlando, I started looking for jobs here in Cleveland, Ohio. And got a job in August 8th, started it, worked it. But again, I knew I did not want to be there. I had let my license expired after Aliyah died because I had kind of just given up, you know. I didn't even want to be here. And so I said, I'm going to go ahead and get my license back, just really start over, right? And so once I got my license back, I was like, you know, because I was living in a house share. When I first got back, I stayed for about less than a month with my sister. I got back July 18th. I left her apartment August 12th because I found a house share on Airbnb. Now with the house share, it reminded me of the homeless shelter, but I had my own room, my own bathroom, and I had to share the kitchen and the laundry area. So stayed there and wanted to move out. So I started driving for Uber. And then when I saw that I could make more driving for Uber than I could on my 9 to 5, I decided that I was going to quit after I moved into my apartment. So I got an approval for an apartment. And on December 18th, I left that job. But before we get there, while I was driving Uber, I met a United Airlines flight attendant. And she told me that United was not open. They don't usually open their applications. She said, she gave me her name. She said I was more than welcome to use her name once they did open. But she told me, did you know Frontier is building a base here in Cleveland and in Cincinnati? So I went on, applied for Frontier. And with Frontier, you actually have to do a video interview. So I did the video interview. They liked what they saw. They invited me. I received an email December 19th, 3 days after I moved into my apartment, telling me that they were inviting me to the hiring event here in Cleveland, Ohio. They listed all these documents that I needed. Now, I had a passport. I have a passport. I had applied for a passport when I was in Corpus Christi. I got a P.O. box when I was in Corpus Christi. The passport was in Corpus Christi. So I had no way to get to Corpus Christi because I had just moved into my apartment on the 16th of December. Rent was due again on January 1st. And I'm working Uber. Now, I'm not working it like I need to. Okay, that was my issue. But then I started working it like I really needed to. And I did not make it to Corpus Christi because I was trying to get a last minute flight. It was about $1,000 and I was like $150 short. Didn't stress it, right? Because American had denied me, couldn't make it to the hiring event at Frontier. But both of these opportunities were still out there because American told me I could apply again a year and a day after my denial. Frontier told me I could reapply in April. Cool. I'm still working Uber. I mean a pilot. Oh, okay, wait. Let's go back. So when I did not make the money to purchase that $1,000 flight, I said, forget this. I'm about to get me a flight and I'm gonna have all my documents. So the next opportunity that comes my way, I will be ready. On so my flight was booked for February 6th. I met a pilot on February 2nd for this regional airline that I'm interviewing with tomorrow. I told him my story about American and Frontier. He said, we are hiring for flight attendants. And I asked him, could I use his name? He said, absolutely. Don't you know, after I was done with my shift with Uber, I went on my trusty little laptop here and applied. 2 days later, I received an email inviting me to a virtual interview. A day after I get back from Corpus Christi with my passport, okay? So I fly down, okay, I leave Cleveland, get to Dallas, flight is smooth. I'm in Dallas, they're letting us know we boarding early to Corpus Christi. We're gonna arrive in Corpus Christi early. I'm excited because I already had 6 hours. And you know, because I already lived there, I wanted to go to the beach. I wanted to go to H-E-B and get me some chips. Because when I tell you, their plain and their sour cream are better than Lay's. I kid you not, okay? So there was a couple of things that I wanted to do. I wanted to go to Whataburger and get my favorite meal. Like I had a few things that I wanted to do, so I was excited. So we get on the plane, the safety, goes smoothly. We get up in the air. About 10 minutes later, the pilot I don't know if y'all hear that sound, but one of these engines don't sound right, and I don't feel comfortable flying like this to Corpus Christi, so I'm gonna take y'all back to Dallas. Okay. Now, a lot of passengers were, getting a little antsy, because they didn't know what was going on, but me, I saw that as a training opportunity. Yes, this is my job, because this happened and I didn't panic. I threw on my headphones, looked out the window, and waited till we got back to Dallas, okay? So we got back to Dallas safely. Get to the customer service because I had deleted my my boarding pass, right, on the flight. Lesson learned. That's what she told me at the customer service counter, okay? But so she printed out me a new one, and I asked her, did we know what was going on? Told her my story. I told her I purchased this round trip ticket. And I got another interview with a company, and the virtual interview is tomorrow, and I have to get back to Cleveland tonight. So she started searching for me some flights, but then we were running into the issue that I might miss my connecting flight to Cleveland. She ended up finding a standby seat on a plane that was literally leaving in 5 minutes. I had to run over to gate C29. Now, if you have ever left out of Dallas, yeah, you know that airport, right? That's a huge airport. Going on the Skylink takes like 20 minutes. So me running around, I was at C30. Me running around the corner was like a 5-minute jog, right? I'm probably embellishing a little bit, but it's a distance. You wouldn't think so. I'm at C30, that's C29, but you got to go all the way around. It's shops and all this other stuff. So get to the gate, the door's closed. They already loaded, but I get on the plane. I get to Corpus Christi. That cuts my time into 4 hours. Now, if you're familiar with Corpus Christi, you know to do anything, it's going to take an hour unless you're in the Uber, right? Even in the Uber, it takes like 20 minutes, 30 minutes to get certain places. So much less catching a bus. And that's what my plan was going to be, because I know the bus route. I lived there for 4 months. So I was going to get the Uber from the airport, and then I was going to go to Sprouts because I wanted to get me some burdock root, and I knew that they had it there. I could get burdock root. And so I got the Uber to Sprouts, and then I was going to catch the bus over to the beach because me and Aliyah had shared some flip-flops. And I wanted to put those flip-flops on the flip-flop tree because they had broke when I was in Florida. And then I wanted to go to H-E-B and get my chips and some fruit. And I wanted to chill out on the beach and then get me some lunch at Whataburger. Well, I didn't have time for that. So I went to Sprouts, got on the bus to head to the beach. I went to the beach, put the flip-flops on the tree, didn't get to Whataburger because by the time I was done with all of, I went to the little souvenir shop because I wanted to get me a t-shirt and a magnet because wherever I travel, I always get a magnet. So by the time all that was done, the bus was on the way. So I got back on the bus, went over to the post office to close out my post office to get my passport. It was there. And by that time, it was like 2 something and the flight left at 4. So I called my Uber, got back to the airport, and got back home and received my email about flying out to this face-to-face interview because, she invited me on the virtual interview. Oh, wait, got back to Cleveland. I'm skipping ahead. And got up early, got dressed, did the virtual interview, and she invited me to a face-to-face. So here we are. She told me on the interview that they're going to fly us out on the 28th. The interview is not until the 29th at 8 o'clock. We got to be there by 7:30. So she said, you know, we're responsible for booking our own hotel room. Now, see, that's the thing. Now, I'm prepared. Now, I was able to book me a room, you know, without any worry. Now, I can purchase, you know, a carry-on. And, like, just when it's for you, it just flows effortlessly. So, like, I literally, like, within a month. That's why I'm like, I know that this is for me. This is so for me. I'm prepared. I even got my questions wrote down. Like, I just feel so good about this opportunity. So, yeah, so I'm just getting all my stuff reorganized because, you know, it's going to be a little cold. It's going to be like 21 when I get there tomorrow. So I want to take my coat and I got, you know, my PJs and my outfit for when I get to the hotel, my outfit for the interview. What else I got here? So yeah, that's about it. So tomorrow I'm going to make a video, like get ready with me. So, you know, while I put on my makeup and all that other stuff and get dressed, and I'm going to do a video in the car on the way to the airport, and I'm going to do one on Thursday morning, get ready with me for the interview. And then after the interview, I will let you guys know what happens, okay? So, if you're watching this and you enjoyed it, then hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share it out, you know. I know there's a lot of flight attendants on here, and I just want to let y'all know I appreciate all y'all videos because they have been very informational. And I'm thankful for that opportunity with American because now I can look back and say, yes, I was not prepared. But I also know that American was not for me. It wasn't. Frontier wasn't for me because I didn't even have everything together. Now I'm prepared. I got everything together. So thank y'all for joining me. Be sure to follow, like, subscribe, share, and I'll see y'all in a few days.